Wait, you want to see hand down, baby? I believe in aliens. Do you believe in aliens and UFOs? I do. I seen one when I was a kid. I seen a UFO. I most certainly did. Do you believe in UFOs? We're not the only living thing out here, guys. Look at how many different galaxies they are. We're just one out of hundreds of billions of galaxies. Nobody knows how many galaxies we are. We only live in the Milky Way. You know? You know? September 19th, yes. That's not the question, though. The question is, do you believe in UFOs? Aliens, extraterrestrial creatures out there? You know? Milky Way is one out of billions of galaxies. You know? We're not the only life form here. Why not? You know? If you actually think about it, you know, is a shooting star a spaceship out of space, or is it actual debris that's coming into the atmosphere? You know, I could talk about this all day. We really could. You know? Is there life on other planets? Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. You know, we know more about outer space than we do our own ocean. Okay, is Megalodon still real? You know? Dinosaurs are real. What makes you think that there's not other life forms out there? You know? And that's the truth. It is. I look up outside every night if I can, and it's good, and there's no clouds and everything else, and I highly doubt we're the only life form in the galaxy. You know? I know there's other living things out there. I've seen a UFO before. And I was stone cold sober because I was a kid. You know, if you think of that, like, look at all the sightings that haven't been reported, and mysterious lights in the sky, and unexplained objects that have been flying, and they say it's a weather balloon, or you know, something. You know, there's always something out there. Always. There's got to be other life forms. There has to be. And nobody will actually know until yourself or somebody that you know and you're with somebody actually sees one. You know, like look at the Bermuda Triangle. right? Look up the Bennington Triangle in Vermont. That's even more scarier because it's in the middle of the woods and the same stuff happens as the Bermuda Triangle. It's like, like look at the strange things that have happened, and it's quite interesting. Really, if you sit and think about it, like, if dinosaurs are real, it makes you think aliens aren't real, and Sasquatch or Megalodon. Like we know more about outer space than we do our own ocean. I'm sure there's a trench deeper than the deepest trench here. Look at the anglerfish. Google anglerfish. They have a light on top of their head that dangles down and it attracts fish and they eat it. Look at the giant squid. There's a lot of stuff out there that we don't know about. It really is. Like, it all depends on where you're from and what you believe in and stuff. The only way to find out is to see it yourself. It's really, it's questionable if you really sit and think about it. You can sit here for days and years thinking about it. Every time you look up in the sky, somebody else is probably looking back. Like, hey, I wonder if there's somebody else looking in the sky. Or, hey, is that a planet? Or does it have life? Or, hey, is that a UFO instead of a shooting star? And, like, nobody really knows. They say it's a shooting star. Maybe that's an old term for a UFO that the old timers used to use. Like, hey, it's a shooting star. Yeah, the Bennington Triangle. Look it up. It's in Vermont, East Coast. When they have one in Maine, Maine and Alaska too. Those could be black holes that nobody can see. That's a really strange thing, guys. I believe in aliens and UFOs, 100%. Write down in the comments what you all think. Have you ever seen a UFO or an alien or Bigfoot or any creatures like that? Like, look at the Chupacabra or the Wendigo and mythological creatures like that. Like, I'm sure some stuff is real, and that's why it's a mythological creature, and there's tales about it and stuff like that. Like, nobody really knows. Nobody does. They say we're the only life on Earth. Well, what makes you think there's not another Earth out there in a different galaxy? Nobody really knows, man. Nobody does. The only reason why we can't study the deepest part in the ocean is because pressure, Pressure's a lot. If you come up too quick, you'll explode. If you go down too deep with light stuff, it's gonna implode, That's a really good question. Like, it's better to send people up 600 miles an hour in a space shuttle than it is to go 30 miles, 20 miles down, or however the deepest part is. I'm sure there's something deeper than the trench, the Mariana Trench. I'm sure that's the shallowest place. Like, look at the Alaska and Canada and the North Pole. Like, look at the glaciers. They're still melting and finding living things inside of the ice. And that was dated back billions of years ago. If it freezes, it's going to protect it still. It's a good topic, man. Do you guys believe, is anybody watching that believes in UFOs or Bigfoot or questions about, like, stuff like that? Like, let me hear it. I want to hear that. Like, I'm a firm believer in aliens and extraterrestrials and Sasquatch and mermaids and, like, they're still pulling up fish with spears inside of them that look like barbs from stingrays with their spears. I believe in other living creatures that are on this earth that don't want to be seen. If I don't want to be seen, I know damn well straight I'm not going to be seen. Like, you know? Let's try this. Are aliens real? Sasquatch real? Are aliens real? Sasquatch. There you go. Oh, ah! How do I start? I'm still learning this stuff. Huh, I guess I can't do that. I wonder how people can start a poll. How do you do that? That's the fan. Let's see if that'll come bring more people in. I messed up on that. I'm still learning how to use this thing. You know? Still learning. Nope. Huh. But I'm a firm believer in extraterrestrial things. Guys, that was just a tree guy. So he's back from work. Sweet. Hold on, guys. What's up, guys? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, do you guys believe in aliens? Huh? Extraterrestrial? Abe, if that's you, I just messaged you on Facebook. You know, I believe in aliens and extraterrestrial and everything else like that. I'm a firm believer on that. There's got to be other life forms out there. We're not the only living thing in this galaxy. You know? There's got to be. 100%. Wild animal control. Oh no. What's going on? I do. I believe in aliens. And extra life forms out there. And everything else. There's got to be different life out there. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. You know. Yes. Do you believe in extraterrestrial, aliens, or Bigfoot, or Sasquatch, or any urban mythological creatures, or anything like that? It's a good topic because a lot of people believe that there's other life forms out there. I believe that there's other life forms. You know? And how are we, you know, like, dinosaurs were real. There's proven facts that dinosaurs were real. How come there's no proven facts? Yeah, Sasquatch. You know, I believe in Sasquatch. I got 300 acres of conservation land behind my house. If there's bears and bobcats and mountain lions and rattlesnakes and moose and, you know, deer and there's got to be something else out there. There's got to be. They don't want to be seen. That's why when nobody's ever found proof of it, and they disappeared because there's other creatures around that don't. If you don't want to be seen, you could disappear for a couple weeks, couple months, couple years. I know I could. If I disappeared right now, I know for a fact I could disappear and nobody could find out where I am. And dragons, yes, like. Look at the flailing head lizard, you know, like the frail head that they have, the thingies like Jurassic Park, you know, the little thingy that spit the oil in the dude's face. Like, look at those, like, you know, they run across water, you know. I believe in other stuff like that. You know, like the Wendigo, or the chupacabra, or there's other creatures out there. I know there is. You know? Like, look at an ostrich or a flamingo. Like, they run like prehistoric animals used to run. 2 feet, like, you know? There's other creatures that everything evolved from one thing to another. Like the dinosaurs, you know? Like the fish walked on land and started to grow gills. We know more about outer space than we do our own oceans. Like, look at the anglerfish. I said this before. If you go on Google and look up an anglerfish, right? That has this big thing that comes around its head and sits in front of its mouth and it wiggles and it glows in the dark. And when the fish bites it, it eats the fish. Because there's zero light down there. Light can only travel so far in water, and the pressure's ridiculous. You know, we can send stuff down, but it implodes, and we lose it, or something happens and they can't breathe, or, you know, like they'd rather send somebody 800 miles an hour out of space than in our own ocean. You know, like they have underwater cameras on oil rigs that have caught animals that are extinct, that are thought to have been. You know, look at the whale shark. That's the biggest mammal that breathes air. I mean, that doesn't breathe air, that lives in the ocean is a whale shark. It's huge. Now, imagine if instead of eating plankton, imagine if that ate fish. Or sharks, or like tuna, or whatever. That creature's huge. You know, it's like 3 school buses. Like, I'll talk to you later, bud. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we could talk about this all day, all night. You know? What, pumpkin? You know? There's got to be other stuff out there. Yes, a lot. Jones, I'll talk to you later, bud. Have a great rest of your day, too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment. Hit that notification button. I'll be back live again. It's like this conversation, it's like nobody wants to talk about it, or somebody says they seen a Bigfoot and they don't want to say nothing because people think they're crazy. Like, yeah, tomorrow at 5, estimate. You know? I know for a fact that there's other life forms out there. There's gotta be. Right? Yeah, we'll get it. They can deal with it later. 100%. We'll get the estimate and then we can put it on the piece of paper once we sell that the estimate is that for the tree. No, I don't blame you. But he'll still come over and we'll get the estimate and I'll tell him I'll think about it. You know? I'm excited. I really am. What's your project, love? We have plenty of packing. I'm looking at 3 rolls right now. There's plenty of packing tape. And we still got the boxes. Yes, I know you'll buy more. I wonder if we can buy bulk on Amazon, 50 rolls or something with packing tape, you know, $20 or something. We'll figure it out. I'll look. Oh, I just farted on the dog's bed. Sorry, Pumpkin. When was the last time you been out? You wanna go potty? Do you? Come on. I'll take you guys with me. Oh, it's nice and cool. Hold on, guys. Come on. Hey, shit sticks, come on. Go. Don't be an asshole, okay? Be good. Stop it. Pumpkin. Hey, over here. Stop it. Get over here. Stop being... Get over here. You gotta be like her. Not barking at every little thing. Yeah, your meds are wearing off, huh? Stop it. Go potty. Hey, Bill. Go potty or you going back in? Over here. Come on. Get up. Go. Go potty. Pain in the ass. Keep on. Keep on. Why are you sitting? Come on. Come on. You can actually move around now. You're not going to get ticks. Look. Go smell. Go. Come on, up here. Come on. Come on. You're looking at me like you got 10 heads. This way. Hey, hey, hey. There you go. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll talk to you.